Ever since Bray Wyatt's release in July of 2021, a lot of fans anticipated his return to the wrestling world. Wyatt had built a very compelling character, The Fiend, and reinvented himself. He found his greatest success in WWE capturing the Universal Championship twice, and was at some points the most resilient wrestler on the roster. There was some issues with The Fiend, but there was no denying his appeal. Bray Wyatt was making bank, so him being released was very questionable, but it was also clear that there was some problems under the surface between both sides. Over the next few months, fans were anxiously waiting for Wyatt's next move, but it never happened. When Triple H took control of WWE, many believed there was only one place for the Eater of Worlds to go. Only a few weeks later, teasers aired of a potential debut/return. The WWE used a QR code and started messing around to make things blurry, but everyone knew where they were heading. There was a rabbit, I believe. Every couple of weeks there'd be some slogan, some catchphrase. The QR code would lead you to that point, and it was clear that Bray Wyatt was coming back. His return at Extreme Rules was huge. There's no denying that. And the moment the lights went out, the Firefly Funhouse characters were revealed, and then Bray Wyatt comes out, the mask was big. He was back and was doing it on his own terms by the looks of it. The Bray Wyatt store was rebooting basically, and a lot of hype came from Wyatt's arrival. There's no denying that. Not to mention a lot of positivity. What also helped Bray Wyatt's case is that we knew he had a lot of ideas in the past, but it could have been brushed off as Vince making his ideas look worse. That's what some people were saying at the time. Oh, maybe it's Vince that makes things look bad. So we were now going to see what's actually about to come. You know, this was probably going to be what Bray Wyatt truly wanted for his storylines. So Bray Wyatt had a great first impression. His first promo back was deep and came from a real place of pain and sorrow, and we had heard rumors about Wyatt's problems backstage after WrestleMania 37. At the same time, he was displaying his other personalities and gave a sign of what's to come. The promo also marked the introduction of Uncle Howdy, who was casting a cloud over Wyatt, who was trying to let himself go by the looks of it. Wyatt's dark side was slowly being channeled by Uncle Howdy, and LA Knight was the first to cross paths with the duo. Knight's outspoken personality really stood out here. The dynamic seemed a bit random, but he made it work. Like, we talk about Bray Wyatt's run being this or that, but the standout to me during all of this was clearly LA Knight. He took something small and made the most out of it, and I remember the consensus some had was that he was simply being fed to Bray Wyatt. The feud has just been LA pissing off Bray and paying the price for it. He was defiant, whether verbally or physically, and he would pay the price. Uncle Howdy was slowly getting into Bray's head more and even attacked him at one point, but somewhere along the way, I personally got lost in this story. It's been all over the place and is very confusing. Wyatt's story is supposed to lead to something huge, however, it was getting less and less interesting. This man, upon his return, was so popular, the level of popularity that not many in WWE had, and it was fading. Like, that was actually one of the best returns of the entire year, and it's almost a bit of a memory right now. It's not really a big memory, although it should be. The fact that he didn't have a match was standing out more and more, and when he did have his first match back, it was a Mountain Dew sponsorship match after almost 4 months of returning. Sometime he was going to have to dive in deep and actually have a match, because the second letter in WWE stands for wrestling. That match still leaves me perplexed to this very day, because it was goofy, random, and leaves you wondering, damn, like, what the hell did I just watch? It was a stunning match due to everything, and Bray came out of it the winner, and with Uncle Howdy by his side, who I should mention had attacked Wyatt earlier on, was trying to have him embrace his dark side. At this point, it was looking like the real story was going to expand. Alexa Bliss on Raw had undergone a heel turn and challenged her dark side, and the dark side that had emerged from Bray Wyatt 2 years earlier. She was really heading towards a reunion with The Fiend, who was also teased at the time. However, she found out that she had skin cancer at the time and went away. The Firefly Funhouse was brought back too, and it was really looking like things were heading towards a full-on Fiend return. As for Wyatt, he wasn't around after this and ended up teasing that he'll face the winner of Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Rumor has it Lesnar didn't want to face Bray Wyatt because he didn't want to deal with the nonsense, this and that. So he got Bobby Lashley. Now, Bobby Lashley feuding with Bray Wyatt is bizarre because he's not exactly famous for feuding with these spooky type guys. And this is where the Bray Wyatt story hits a dead end. He was set to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, and this was supposed to be his second pay-per-view match, but apparently he's been out because of a certain problem. Nobody really knows what's up. Maybe it's personal, maybe it's an actual injury, but man, it's been a bizarre run so far. Who knows if it's the end? We don't know. Personally, my problem with Bray Wyatt's return is how complex things had to be. He had the old gimmicks, whether it's the old Wyatt family character or The Fiend, and him going for something entirely different shows that he had great confidence and creativity to go with something entirely new. However, the Uncle Howdy arc is just too damn confusing, not to mention it's been a waste of time. It should have been simplified. No need for all this confusion. Plus, he had to wrestle. 4 months without a match is crazy, and eventually he was going to have to go in because part of wrestling is hyping up something and then having the payoff in the ring. Wyatt's ideas are too far out there for wrestling. Like that's what it comes down to. And I don't know what the future holds for him, but I hope it goes well because it hasn't been a great few months. It started off well. Hype. People were interested. They're like, oh, Bray Wyatt's back. And he's still popular. This is one thing to mention. It's not like this guy, even though he has this weird story, has become somebody who the fans don't care about, because the fans still care about him. It's just up to creative and Bray Wyatt to put up something that will be compelling and interesting for the audience. So yeah. Alright, what do you guys think of Bray Wyatt's return? Please comment down below, and that's the first video. Make sure you hit the belly to belly on the like button, and perhaps the sister Abigail on the subscribe button. Peace. I'm out.